Sometimes we are growing at such a pace that we don't allow ourselves to catch up to who we're actually becoming. And unfortunately, that means that we bring old beliefs, old thought patterns into this new season that we're in. I want to talk about how those things cannot come with us because it actually hinders us from who we are, who we've been called into, brought out of the darkness and into the light. We need help identifying who we are now, not who we've been. We have to change our language, we have to change our mindset in order to match where God is bringing us. Let's talk about it. What's up, friends? What's up, family? It's me, Taylor Knighton, and this is Resistance is Futile, where we do not run from the things that are difficult. We know that we have to go through them. We cannot go around it. And so that's why it is futile to think that we can just skip the hard things in life. Here is where we build the capacity to do those things that are difficult, to do the things that are hard, to grow into the best version of ourselves. So a few things have been going on with me, and I want to share with you two scenarios that have happened quite recently that I feel like has given me an aha moment. And I love when those things happen. I love having an aha moment because now I have new revelation, but at the same time of new revelation, that means that action is also required. It's a new thing that we've got to do. So again, not running. I'm going to share two scenarios that have come up. The first one is about my time in therapy. So if you're new here and you don't know who I am or what I do and why I have this channel, I'm Taylor. I can't say just anymore, actually. I'm making 11 months since I've been in the UK, since I've been living in England, from the States, made a huge jump to do something different. And long story short, I knew that when I moved here, I would need to be in therapy. I've been in therapy and I've been an advocate for therapy for many years. And I just think it's helpful whether you're going for consistently or frequently, or you're just going periodically to check in. I've always thought it was beneficial and it's always helped me with my growth. And I knew coming here that I would need someone to talk to, especially because I don't have foundation here. I don't have people that I can pull and rely on to. I'm really out here independently. And so for that reason, I found myself a therapist. Thank God we have benefits at my company, the company that I work for, that allows me to easily find a new therapist. And after going through and checking out who might be good for me, I finally found someone. But in those sessions, I realized I'm coming up actually on my 6th session, and I started to think that as I would share stories or ideas or opinions with this therapist, who I think is excellent, that maybe she was misunderstanding me. And I don't think that this is in fault to her. I think it's because the way that I am talking about myself or my perceptions or the way that I perceive things, for some reason, the way when she responds back to me or when she repeats my scenarios back to me to make sure that we're on the same page, I find myself not identifying the things that she's pointing out. And I thought that that was very interesting. And I'm like, I don't know that she really sees me or gets me, but I also didn't think that she was a bad therapist or just was somebody who was out to misunderstand me. I think that there was a disconnect. Now park that there. We're going to come back to that. The second scenario is about my hair. So I hope y'all notice your girl has made some changes to her hair. I think since the last time you saw me, not even I think, I know. I've always been, for the last, I want to say better part of 5 years, I've been a straight natural, meaning that my hair texture has been curly, has been the hair that grows out of my head naturally, not permed, unprocessed. But I've been using heat to straighten my hair and to manipulate it to be straight. And that has worked for me for a period of time. Like, I like the way that my hair looks sometimes, or most times when it has the thickness that it typically has. But the problem is this: when you are a straight natural and you continue to put heat on your hair without any breaks in between, black girls, if you know, you know, you are now creating damage to that hair. You're putting too much stress on the hair, and therefore it creates an inconsistency of the two textures. So you'll get the texture that grows out of my root, which is healthy, voluptuous, fresh, but then that heat damaged hair is still at the end, and it's actually weighing my hair down. It's making it hard for the rest of my hair to grow the way that it wants to, because it has this processed, damaged hair at the end. And here's where it hit me, because it's like, oh, I expect my hair to grow longer, my natural hair to grow longer or to grow stronger and healthier. Meanwhile, I have this damage at the end of it that I haven't cut off. I'm bringing old damage into this new season, into this new growth. And that I realized it just all of a sudden clicked that is not it. We cannot bring old thought patterns, old hair, old damage, old trauma into new seasons, into a new path, into a new way that we're trying to live. Just like in my therapy sessions, I've grown so much, and a part of me recognizes that I have this growth, and then also at the same time, I'm still identifying with old beliefs. Like, as I'm talking to my therapist about the way that I process situations and scenarios that I'm going through, whether it be personal or work, I'm still using old language that identifies me as the person that I once was, but I know that I've made leaps and bounds to jump into a different version of myself. So why can't I make this connection? A part of me is realizing that it literally is language. So I'm still, as I said before, identifying with the version of me who lacked confidence, who wasn't secure, who didn't trust her instincts. But at the same time, I'm functioning as someone in the present who is the opposite of what I'm saying with my mouth. And so that is where it becomes complicated, because I'm confusing these two paths. It's like, I know that I'm on a new path, and I know that I'm doing things differently, and I've built up the courage to do things. However, my brain is still identifying with who I once was. And that is where it's challenging, because this is where, for me, I have to slow myself down, be mindful of the words that I'm speaking about myself, because I am not who that girl was before. Yeah, I still have moments of self-doubt. I still have moments of not believing certain things, but do I live that way? No. And it really has to do with language and mindset and the way that we speak about our situations. So, for example, if I am dealing with a hard thing, or I'm dealing with a hard situation, or maybe a hard relationship, a difficult relationship that I'm trying to navigate, the way that I speak about that shouldn't be from that self-deprecating place. I can't do this. I don't understand why I'm this way. I'm not good enough. I am unworthy. All that language is language that Taylor today actually doesn't even believe. I believe that I'm capable. I believe that I can do the new thing. And so it's, instead of framing it that way, it should be, this is a difficult thing, and I'm navigating on how to figure this out. I will figure it out, but right now it just feels a little bit difficult to do. I'm realizing how important it is for me to reframe the way that I speak about my situations and circumstances. In a weird way, I almost started to feel like I was having an identity crisis, because I see myself as one way growing on this path, this upward trajectory, or maybe a spiral trajectory, meaning the ebbs and flows happen, but we're still going forward. I see that happening, but I'm still identifying as this old way. It's like I put on the brand new shoes, but perhaps I haven't learned how to tie them, the shoelaces, yet. It's like they fit me well, but it's like, okay, I gotta tie them the right way so that they have an even better fit, so that they are suited for me. It's putting on the full identity of who I'm stepping into, as opposed to having this double-mindedness. What's crazy is I was about to share with you 2 scriptures, and I'm still gonna share them, but as I am talking this out, even for myself, I'm reminded of a certain scripture, and I feel like this is going to take a little bit of a pivot, but it needs to happen because it's hitting home for me right now. So I'm going to find that scripture and I'm going to bring it to us. No wonder why it immediately clicked for me, because what I'm about to read is one of my favorite scriptures. I always talk about James 1. James 1 is one of my favorite passages and chapters in the Bible. And so we're going to start with James 1 and look at verse 5. It says, "If anyone who lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. It will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all that they do." I want to go further down because there's another part of this as well. James 1:22, starting at 22. "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror, and after looking at himself goes away." Wow, I'm getting emotional. Didn't expect this to happen. "Goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in all that they do." Yeah, I'm getting emotional because, it is double-mindedness, I think. It's being propelled into the future or into this next part of life, but not fully identifying with it because I'm still stuck in the past. I haven't been able to make the transition of who I am becoming, and it's really hard to hold the space for these 2 frames of mind. It's becoming heavy and impossible to see who I am becoming and still identify with who I've been. And I don't want to hold on to this double-mindedness anymore. It has to leave me, because it's actually becoming quite painful for me to carry these things and to feel self-assured when, like I said, it feels like an identity crisis. So I've got to choose immediately, actually. I've got to choose right now, in this moment, who I'm going to be. And I've got to, not perfectly, step up and identify with it. My oh my, this is challenging, because I think about how holding on to the past can feel safe and comforting. It can feel like you're getting rid of a blanket. When I was young, I used to carry around this silk nightgown of my mother's, and I called it my thing. And that thing I would rub between my hands, it was so comforting. And it, in any situation, in every scenario, I just wanted to like suck my thumb or like hold my thingy and rub my thingy. It almost feels like in this moment, I've got to really discard that piece of comfort. I've got to let it go because it's actually hindering how the Lord wants me to move forward. And yes, I'm pressing forward, but I'm pressing forward with strings attached to me. It's almost like I've got this, I've just caught a vision of myself pulling, dragging myself, and I'm moving, but not at the rate at which I could be because I'm holding on to things of the past. Forgive me if my mood has changed, but I knew that I was going to talk about this, and I knew that it's something that is real because of these scenarios. They're pointing me to this, but it's really hitting me. I'm ministering to myself as I talk to you all. So I do want to share some other scriptures, and these scriptures have to do with the Lord being the gardener of our lives, growing us in the way that he wants to grow us, and us having to step into that call. Let's do Isaiah 43:18. It says, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell in the past. I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Do you not perceive it? I've struggled with perceiving it. I've struggled with seeing it fully and clearly because I've still got these strings attached to my back, almost like a, what do you call those? Like puppeteers. Yeah, there's too many strings attached. It's messing up my perception. I'm struggling with perceiving. And again, I see the path. I see the growth in which the Lord is pushing me towards, and I actually feel myself going that way. But I think I have to totally shake it off, whatever else, so that I could be really free. I've got one more. So we're at John 15, doing 1-8. The vine and the branches. One starts at, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine. You are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you remain in me, and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples." I'm going to stop this video here because I actually do want to transition into another topic. And it's a healthy segue. I didn't know that it was going to go this way. But I hope as I read that scripture that as it was waking me up to something I've known but yet actioned, I hope it's done the same for you. And I hope that this is a helpful episode in any way and capacity. So I'll see you in the next one. Talk soon.